Hello. So I got a lot of questions about bringing in 3D assets into Replikant, and I'm going to show you what you need to look out for. So I'm on the Sketchfab library, and there's like many great free assets on here. I've downloaded several ones, and I'm going to take a look in Replikant now. So we support GLTF, which you can see via GLB extension. So let's take a look and see what we got and how we can deal with certain problems. First, I wanted to try a helmet in case you want to create a Mandalorian. Let me see where that helmet is. Here, for example. So let's see what that does. You see already here that what just came in is huge. Now this is a thing that happens with a lot of 3D assets, right? Especially different tools use different scaling, different creators, they use different kind of workspaces they're in, and so on. So this might come in and at first sight look like this is absolutely not usable, but I can fix this. Like Replikant is made to be like an end station, and the reason for that being is that there are many tools that do 3D way better than Replikant. So we didn't try to just make a 3D software. What we wanted to make was a software that's simple to use and where you don't need that 3D knowledge. So anything you'll find in Replikant is actually kind of fixed and sorted, so you don't need to do. And we use a lot of like automation in order to get to that point, so that our users don't need to have those issues. So now you see I've scaled. Actually, I didn't scale the whole helmet. I only scaled part of it. So let's take a look and see how we can do the whole one here. Actually, let me just import that again. It's good actually that we have the first one that actually is problematic. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get rid of this dome. You see that I placed a ruler here to show what our world space is. But what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to get rid of this environment. Now I lost a lot of lights and everything as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in a sky. And I'm going to take a look at what we have here. Let's take like a clear day, intensify the light a little bit. Okay, so now at least I will be able to see if something comes in on top of me or above me. What also helps is like taking the viewport camera and making that a bit actually, where's this? I can make that a bit wider. I'm clicking here. Oh, not here. Lens override here. So I have a bit of a wider lens so I can see what's in my scene. Okay, so let's do it again. So we take our import. You see that these imports are still, the importer is still in experimental mode. We've just added this. So I'll take GLTF. I'm gonna find my Mandalorian again. Open, and you see that the helmet is wrong way around. So let's go and fix these things, right? So let's go to my scene. I have this upload here. let's first like transform it with 180 degrees. So that's correct now. You see I have the visor and everything. Now I'm going to scale it down. I suspect that this would be 0.01 on all axes. Let's see if that worked. More or less, yeah, okay. So I also see that it's not fully forward facing. And this could be anything actually. This could be that the artist didn't work in this way, but it could also be a lot of times people use like automatic conversions for these kind of, you know, different formats. So you never know what it is, you know. So the best thing, I mean, if you don't have any 3D software that is you know, like high-end 3D software, you don't know how to use that, you can fix things in here. Otherwise, you should prep your models, right? Because there's a lot of things here that you can fix, including the textures and so on. So I want to make this a little bit bigger. I'm gonna say, let's say it's probably 1.15 in that case. Ooh, that's a little bit big. Let's say 2. Okay, let's say we're happy with this. It covers his head. What I'm now going to do, actually I should have probably done that in the beginning. I want this to be stuck to his head, right? You see it's moving through that now a little bit. So what I'll do now is I will parent it to the helmet to the character. Now this character is called Kendrick. This is my helmet. So what I do is I'll drag this onto the character, and you see now you have like an outline here, but it's still not attached to it. So the next thing you do is basically take this, then go to your attachment, and you see that we have it at the character mesh, but it's not actually kind of attached to anything yet. So now I can pick, do I want to put it on the head or on the hand or on the hip, wherever I want it. Now in this case I want to put it on the head. The coordinates have gone off here, but you see that it's tracking with the character, right? So we're making progress. So now I'm going to fix these rotations here. So that is basically a 90 degree on here. No, 90 degree on here. Actually, you can do this with your with these sliders here. That's just a little bit easier. So okay, let's move that up here, and then I'll rotate this one around here, and then we'll move it down a little bit and tiny little bit forward here, maybe a little bit more. See his nose is poking out a little bit. Okay, let's say that I'm happy with this. So now this works. We have our Mandalorian helmet on our base character. So what I can do now to test that is, let's say I'm gonna go and do you know, maybe he's going to sit. So I'll select it. Let's see. You see, it works. The helmet tracks with it. So if I want to do like a little, so if you want to do a little Mandalorian dance, that is not a problem. Okay, so we have imported one asset that looked problematic at the beginning, but we fixed it. So now let's take a look at what else we can do. You see that we have our transforms, attachment, blah, blah, but we can edit our components, right? So you see that I have different materials here, and I have several different components here. So we have the Mandalorian low, we have the visor, and you see that these are all selectable, you know, so you could actually where is it? you could change the texture on this. So for example, if this is this mohawk, right? So let's say if I want to change the color of that, I can go browse, let's say we make that blue. Or let's make it, they have one of these golden Mandalorian, so it looks pretty cool, or bronze. Okay, cool, make that bronze. And then let's say I want to actually see his face because I'm gonna have him talk or whatever. I can do the visor, and I can put some glass on that. And you see that I now see my face through here. Let's take something like this. Okay, so you see I'm just doing this to demonstrate. So you have access over certain things of the asset that you can kind of tweak and make to a point that you want it. Now when we're watching this, I see already that my eyes they should be lower. So I'm going to move this. Actually, as always, this is always a good thing here. If I want to, like, my character is a little bit of a wobble to it, so I'm gonna pause the animation. Now he's stuck. Now I'm gonna go to the. I don't actually want to go to the component. I want to go to the full helmet and move it down a little bit. And I see my hair is poking out. And to be honest, I don't even need that hair because it's got a helmet on. So I'm just going to delete that. So now we have our character with his Mandalorian outfit, just for test. I'm gonna put something that kind of fits with this on it. Let's say we want to have, and you can tweak all these as well. So I'm gonna basically say I'm gonna take this outfit here. Actually, no, this one looks kind of cool. I'm just going to say outfit from this, so make sure that only this is selected, and now we have this outfit on here. So now I have my own Mandalorian character that I'm going to use. What it's done, it's loaded that helmet as well. That's why we lost this eye, so I'm going to take a look at where that helmet is. Head, you see he's wearing this helmet, so I'm going to get rid of this helmet. There we go. So now we have a character with a custom helmet, and basically one of our kind of outfits. Now let's go take a look at the next thing that we have. So import GLTF. Okay, so I got like a city. I wanted to get something environment, something from as a car, and I got a couple of warehouses. Which one should we take? Oh, let's do that city. Let's see how that looks like. See, it's quite big. It's 100 megabyte. Let's see how that looks. We don't see it. So, you see, it's also not zeroed out, but it's there. As you can see, it doesn't look great, to be honest, but well, actually this is probably more for a background, so it looks like it's photo scanned. Yeah, this is probably all photo scanned and built from reality. It wasn't exactly what I thought, but yeah, let's see what we can do with this. I might find something different. So, as you can see, you can basically take certain objects of that city. So now I'm moving this building. Let me go back to my my guy, because I want to have that city behind him, obviously. Scene list, I'll take the city, transform, That should technically be going, yeah. Okay. So you see that the sizing is actually correct in this one. If I compare this to a car, let's see, we're gonna put them in here. You know, they've done a good job at keeping the world scale the same. You see, that fits. This fits that world in terms of size. Okay, so now we have a city, we have a helmet. Let's see what else that we got. I want to make another character because I found another head that looked pretty cool. So let me just create another avatar. I'm going to create another man. Put him here. I can hide this one for now, actually. Now let's hide that city for now as well. Let's see what we got coming in. Import GLTF. I had this, yeah, here for my favorite game. Let's take a look at that. GLTF. Let's see what this is. Open. Oh, this is huge. What is this? Oh, you see like a huge slowdown. This is definitely not made for real time. You see, it's like a major resource hog. It looks very cool though, but yeah, I was thinking of basically do like a full head replacement on here, but it looks like that geometry or the textures are way too heavy. You can probably just fidget, but you know, working at 5 frames a second is not very pleasant. So I'm gonna do something else. I wanted to show. Let me see what you can do. I wanted to show that, for example, if you do like a head replacement, that's why I downloaded that head. You can go down into the masks, and I can basically say face or torso. No, wait, face full. You know, you can remove the face, as you can see here. And if I want to have the back of the face removed as well, let me take a look. Yeah, so now, you know, so this character basically now has, if I remove the hair, you know, his head is removed. What else? This one. It's just got one stripe. What is it? Anyway, you can basically kind of use these masks to hide part of your body. So if you want to replace the head, you can do that. But anyway, let's look at something else. What else have we got? MISC, GLTF. Mercenary. Oh, actually, let's do that with a skull. Let's see this skull test. There we go. That's better. Okay, so let's say I want to have this character as a skull. I'll do the same thing. Actually, in this case, I'm gonna parent it straight away. So parent it to this guy, and remember we picked the attachment and basically say the head socket, and then we rotate all this. We need to make it a bit smaller too, but I'm actually going to. I'll pause the animation for a second, so I can work better. So I'll rotate the skull so it's facing forward, and then I also roll it. Okay, let's see how that fits on now. Make sure that we're like this. And then we scale it down. maybe I want a bit bigger. Oh, let's say 1.22. Okay. Let's say we want it like this, and in this case, I'll show you how I would do that. So now I am removing part of the head here. Actually, where's the other side? It's a little bit more here. Just lift it up a bit. So now I have a, you know, a skeleton guy that is nicely parented to it. I can test that with my animation. Oh, remember, if I want to test that, I did freeze the animation here. I forget that a lot, so you switch that back on. So now I can see, hey, we have our skeleton guy. Let's quickly pick an outfit for him. Let's see something. Actually, let's just go here. Okay, so we have our two characters now. Let's take a look at what we got. Seamless and our Mandalorian. So now all we need is like a vehicle or something. I'm going to keep this guy in here for the sizing. So let's see. Okay, that was the skull. Let's take a look at this scene here, for example. Alright, I'm going to take a look at a different environment. So that city was a little bit, didn't quite fit with the style I was going to go for. Oh, what do we got? Sushi. Okay, so this comes in as a warehouse. It's a little bit more useful, to be honest, I think. Especially when we relight it. Might need quite a bit of fixing in terms of light, so I'm gonna just get rid of these environments for now. See what else I have. TLTF mercenary hideout spot. That sounds good. And this by no means means that, you know, this doesn't work in another kind of package and that you can fix these environments. Oh, this looks promising. So this has got the right textures, PBR textures. It looks very cool. It's just a little bit big, so let's go fix that. Viewport details. Scale it down. Actually. Okay, so that's just one element. It's a fridge with a VHS player. But at least it's a very nice kind of usable asset here. Just needs to be a little bit smaller. Size of the fridge would probably be 2 then in that case. No. Oh, 1. Yeah, you see that compares nicely to my character in terms of sizing, I think. Okay, well let's look for a vehicle. File. We have a Porsche laptop. Cyberpunk hover car. Let's take a look at that hover bike. All right. So this has been. You can see that these don't have any names. This has been automatically converted. That's not great because we lost like a lot of the names that the artists might have had. This one's definitely too big, but looks cool, I guess. So let's see what we can do. Most likely also 0.01 in that case. Let's take a look. Yeah. Turn it around. And turn it around this way. Okay, that's pretty cool actually. I like this one. So let's see what we can do with this. What it has. It has components. Oh, they're well named, which is great. So I can change whatever I need to change. So let's. This looks like a perfect kind of vehicle for our character. So let's put that here, and let's put in some kind of environment now that we have prepared and we know what works. I hope this is working, by the way, because last time when I streamed I saw like questions popping up and I don't see that anymore. I don't see my chat window. Let me see if I can do that. Details. Streamed I saw like okay, cool, it is working. Oh, there's one. That's probably me watching. Anyway, so let's see what we have here. We have an outdoor environment. Let's take this into the sun. And I could take my skeleton guy now and basically see what we need for this. Again, always handy to make your viewport lens override a bit wider, you know, see if you want that. Many people will ask why you don't have orthographic axis, and yeah, that's again because we wanna make it simple and really kind of focus on creators. Ooh, this looks like a very painful way of sitting. I don't think anyone will want to sit on there. Let's take a look at that. Is there something? Might have been something that's come in wrong here. So I see we can actually move that. I'm just going to get rid of. Oh, it doesn't like that. Let me move this section actually. Yeah, see there's something wrong with these axes here. And again, this is not the artist's fault. This is not like our fault. There's just a lot of different formats in these 3D applications, which are quite complicated. It also actually, the scale does seem a little bit large. I'm going to make it a bit smaller as soon as I got rid of this. Okay, yeah, because he's supposed to be sitting on here. Well, let's take a look first. So I want to have him, I want to find an animation here that is kind of sitting based, I guess, you know. What is this? Sit sofa. Okay, let's take that for now. So what I would do in that case is I would parent this as well, actually, but in this case I would parent the this is, let's rename this actually as bike. So now I would basically parent the character to the bike. So what you see now is that we have the character parented to the bike and the helmet parented to the character, right? Because when I move this vehicle, I want everything to move, you see? And that's what it's doing now. So the moment I put the vehicle on the animation track, and we can say, we can animate several things. I'm just going to do a position, and I'm going to have this basically come in from right here, my starting point. And my endpoint. Right here. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to try and look through these windows here. See now when this comes in, I can see this now, which is kind of cool. Alright, anyway, too much stuff. So let's say we want to have this guy also looking at the camera. Then I'll go Ethan, look at camera. So as this vehicle now drives by or flies by, you see that he basically looks at us, you know, so he spotted us. And that's no matter where I put this, you know, if I want to move the camera, and you can keyframe all this and go into detail, but the only thing I'm going to do right now is basically let's say we find some animation that works. Sit and type. Alright, let's see so far what I have done here. Okay, this will have to do. There might be better ones, and of course you can always, you know, motion capture your own one, but I'm going to do this a little bit simple. So here we got our guy, and then, you know, I'm going to fix him a little bit so he doesn't really sit in here. Scale up the whole character. Move forward a little bit and down. There we go. So we have our animation with. Oh, I forgot my Mandalorian. Where is he? He's here. Let's say we have him run away from this. I don't need that ruler anymore. Let's say we have him basically run away. Run. Okay. Here we go. And then I'm going to make sure that I loop these. And then edit. Keep offset from the loops. Oh. He's overtaking him, but I don't want that. I want him to just stay behind. So what I'll do basically now is stretch these keyframes, as you can see here. So now he doesn't actually hit him, but he comes very close. You see? So here we got another little clip. Let's make it a little bit more moody. So I'll go to my Windows Sky presets. Let's do this one, a bit of mist. Looks cool. And then we will and then we will drop the sky a little bit. Okay, anyway, this is again one of those things that you can play around with for a long time. I'm going to wrap this up, so set a couple of cameras. I was going to put one here looking at Mando. So I go to my viewport. Let's see if there's anyone asking a question. Chat is disabled for this live stream. Oh. Well, I don't know, I'm gonna work that out. So I'm gonna put a couple of quick cameras. New camera from viewport. I want one here, and I want that one to be added to the timeline. That camera is going to follow our Mandalorian character. So, as I mentioned before, I like to have these on the top, these cameras. So let's say we start with that, and let's say we're going to start right here. What I'll do now is activate the camera track. I'm going to go to the details of my camera. I'm going to say look at this character. I'm also going to say let's track with him, and let's zoom in, of course, make that look quite scary. Put that on a fast lens. So now we have basically that shot one. It's tracking too slow, as you can see. So I'm gonna make that speed a little bit faster. 2, let's see. Still a bit slow. Okay, that's cool. I'll take that. Now I'm gonna add another camera. Let's say we're gonna add a top shot. I love my top shots. They're always very expensive to do in production. So nice to have some bit of foreground here. See what we can get maybe from here. Okay, back to my viewport. New camera from the viewport. Add that viewport to our timeline. So now when I look through the timeline, I cut from here to start with that close-up, you see, and then I'm gonna go to this one, and I'm gonna track basically follow the bike. So I'll take this camera, go to the details, look at target, take the bike. We can go a little bit tighter, right? So that'd be good to see both of them in here. So I will drop down a little bit, so we basically see we see both of them here. That's nice. Let's see how that plays out. Again, it could be a little bit faster. And then as a final one, and I'll render this. I just can't help myself. I wasn't actually going to make an actual video, but I just really like doing this. Okay, so let's say we knocked out some walls here as well, right? What was that? In here, so like a little shot from here. New viewport from camera, add the camera. You really want to name all these cameras and not have them like 0, 1, 2, 3. I'm just being lazy here, but the moment you start making stuff, you really want to do that. Okay, so like for here, I'm going to this camera, I'm going to have them come in here, and what should I do? You know what? I'll actually just I'll track a little bit with them, which will be cool. Yeah. So for this one, I'm gonna cut here. We're gonna go back. We're gonna zoom out a little bit. We're not gonna do any tracking. It's a little bit. I'll put it on 24, but we move the camera back. How about that? Yeah, and these are all things you can play with, which is very nice. If you're not like a filmmaker or anything, but many people that have experience in filmmaking, they will know all these camera settings. But you can play with that, and you'll get the feel for that quite quickly. So 24 normally doesn't have much focus, but the cool thing is that I can actually track that. So I could say, let's keep this in focus and put that on a 1. So I want to have that foreground out of focus a little bit. I'm going to push that back in this camera. Let's say we're doing this anyway. So when this comes in, I'm basically going to say, put in a position on this camera, position, and then when it comes by, I'm actually going to see, I'm just gonna travel with it a little bit. So very little bit of subtle camera movement. Okay. Anyway, that's enough for now. So I'm gonna stop this stream, and I'll render this. I'll render this video. It's like I'd love to keep making more stuff, but that's enough for today. The main thing was to show basically how you import assets, and again, MISC, GLTF. Make sure that these assets are, prepped. You can do that in Blender prior. It's software we love using, but Maya Houdini or whatever, Cinema 4D, whatever it is, you can do that in there. If you don't have that, there's a certain amount of fixing that you can do within Replikant. But as I mentioned, we're aiming to be like the iMovie for 3D, basically. Very simple. You don't have to have technical knowledge, and the further we get, we easier it will become. All right, so thank you. That's it for my stream. I'm going to work out why the chat is disabled and fix that next time.